What's up, you guys? Chaos here. Today I want to talk about my life a little bit. So I'm not gonna work all winter because I saved up some money for a car, and I was gonna ask my rich brother to lend me some money to buy the car. He was like, "I'll just buy you the car, and the money that you have right now, use it for food for the winter." And he was like, "I don't want you to work in the winter." So I'm pretty set up this whole winter. I just got out of the hospital. I was over there for 12 days. And it was pretty chill. Like over there, you just have nothing to do. Like all you have to do is shower. And that's all you got to do and take your medicine. That's about it. If you don't want to go to group, if you don't want to be outside, you can stay in your room all day. Me, I was out of my room like the whole day. I was just pacing up and down, pacing up and down. I would walk like 4 or 6 miles a day. But yeah, some girl got mad at the dance teacher because the dance teacher didn't put her music because it had like bad words in it. So I told her put the clean version, but she didn't. So the patient got really mad and she was like, "I'm gonna kill you. You're a freaking biscuit. I hope your children die. This and that." And then they called all the staff in the room, all the staff in the unit. They came and they put her in her room, and she threw like all the puzzles in the floor. She grabbed the ice and threw it in the floor. I was entertained. I was just watching and watching, and then this guy comes up and he's like, "What did I miss?" And I told him everything. I like to tell people like that are kind of like nosy, I guess. They're like, "What happened? What happened?" I like to tell them because when I ask, I would like people to tell me. So that's why I tell them. And I know that feeling like when nobody tells you anything. So I don't want him to. I don't want that guy to feel that way. So in the hospital, like in your name tag, they put a name next to your door, and then you can choose if they put she, her, or he, them, or they, them. Um, they didn't put nothing on mine because I told them I don't believe in that. But there was this one group, the spiritual group, where you had to name your pronouns, and I didn't name mine because I don't believe in that. I feel like that LGBTQ is like taking over. To be honest. Wait, hold up, guys. I had to cover the bottom gap of my door so my mom doesn't smell the smoke. Yeah, I live with my mom. It's my brother's house, but I live with my mom and my siblings. My brother doesn't live with me. He's rich. He has millions and millions of dollars. He's the one that's gonna buy me a car. But yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I feel like the LGBTQ is gonna take over the world. Even in Canada, they do parades, they do festivals. My prediction is that like we already accepted gay people. Like nobody has a problem with gay people no more. I feel like in the future we're not gonna have problems with transgenders or they them, and then we're gonna go into pedophiles, and we're gonna say that it's a sexuality, and then we're gonna go to rapists, and then we're gonna say it's not the rapist's fault. Because in Sodom and Gomorrah, everybody would rape each other. Like little kids would rape adults. Like man and man they would sleep together. Woman and woman would sleep together, and it was just full of gay people and violence. But yeah, I'm gonna light up my second cigarette. And where's my Coke? Oh, it's right here. It's a Pepsi. I don't know if it's just me, but people look cool when they smoke cigarettes. But yeah, you gotta take my meds, otherwise I'll go cuckoo. But yeah, that's my prediction about the future. Because in Sodom and Gomorrah, like that, God destroyed it because everybody was raping each other, and there were, I bet there were pedophiles. I bet there were, of course, there were gay people. But I'm just scared of the LGBTQ. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. Me, I grew up with only he, him, her, her, she, and he, him. That's what I grew up with. That's what the people around me grew up with. That's what my friends grew up with. Well, I did have like one or two gay friends throughout my life, but I'm gonna search up genders because if a guy turns into a girl, he's biologically a guy. He will always be a guy. But the gender, it's a little bit different. So I'm gonna search up if there's two more gender if there's more than two genders. I'm gonna search up if there's more than two genders. And if I find out that there is more than two genders, then I will start using they, them, and calling a girl him. Because the truth matters. Like, I'm super biased. Right now I'm on the he, her, she, her. I mean, right now I'm in the he, him, and she, her. That's my bias. That there's only two genders. That's how I grew up with. That's how the people around me grew up. That there's only two genders. Even my gay friends, they believe that there was only two genders. But if I find out that there's more than two genders, I would likely start saying he to a girl and she to a man. Because even though I'm super biased, like I don't want it to be that way. If it is that way, then I will be like that way because that's the truth. But yeah, like in the unit, there's a whole bunch of like small people. Like, we're in a mental house. Like, we need some big guns. And most of them were white and Somali. Most of them. Well, black and Somali. There was no Mexican, no Indian, no, you know. It was just black, Somali, and white people. Like the nurses, the psych associates. Yeah. But yeah, I keep sinning. I don't want to sin, but I want to because I cannot resist the temptation. Like, but yeah, that's my life, and I wouldn't trade it for a different life. I love my life. I really love my life. I'm lucky to be alive every day, even if I suffer. I still have the chance to get over it and get to a better place. Trust me, like, when you become mentally ill, you see stuff. Like, one time I felt like I was in space. One time I felt like there was no time. Everything seemed peaceful when I smoked some. I was crazy and I smoked some weed. I was like, there was no time. Everything was peaceful. And the crazy thing about being crazy is that when you get to the hospital, and let's say you think somebody's a professional boxer because your thoughts told you that they were a professional boxer, and then you find out that their whole family is are professional boxers, or you think someone is a witch, a girl's a witch, then you find out that they do witchcraft. Like for real. Like, if you think you're God, people are gonna start complimenting you. Like, oh, you're so noble. Like, when you're crazy, you attract what you think, and that feeds into your psychosis, into your mental illness. Trust me, I've been in the hospital 13 times. I know how this thing works. And like me, my mental illness is when I start thinking about the past and the future and the present all at once. Oh, I remember that I helped this girl, and then I get a fake memory, and then she became my girlfriend, and then I get another fake memory, and then we had kids, and then I'm like, oh, I have a girl in Mexico that I saved, and we have kids. I have to go over there and meet her. Like I could my mental illness is where like I like black out. Not black out. I like daydream all the time. I daydream all the time, all the time, all the time. and I look at every thought, everything that comes into my mind, like, oh, your coworker can read your mind. Oh, you're gonna have superpowers in the future because these people say you were amazing and stuff. It's really crazy. And then it's hard to stop yourself from that because it feels so good to feel like God, you know. So what I do is I stop thinking about that, and I just live my normal life. I used to feel suicidal sometimes when I would come off of that. I'm like, oh, I'm really nothing. I'm just a kid with a low paying job. Yeah, and then I want to kill myself, but I just feel it for like 12 minutes, and then it starts to go away. So yeah. So yeah, there's my life part 2. Go check out the first part. It's called My Life. I don't know if I should put My Life Part 1, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm thinking about being a professional boxer, but I will be a boxer because I don't want to be scared of anybody. I don't know. I don't think this is just me, but this one girl at the mental hospital, she's really tiny. She's like 5 feet, 100 pounds. She like, we got into a dispute about. I called this girl her, and she was like, "It's they them." I was like, "No, it's a her." She's like, "You're not using the pronouns correctly." I was like, "I don't care." And she was like, "Okay, I'm out of this conversation," and then she left. And then I became scared of her after that. Like one time, we were in the lounge, and then she came behind me. I was sitting down. She came behind me and sat next to me. And then I said sorry to her for the dispute. She was like, "Yeah, we're cool." But I got real like I couldn't breathe that well. I was like, oh shit, you know. And I'm really scared of her because I feel like she's gonna like cuss me out or like outsmart me and stuff. I got like scared, but I was not scared of this other girl that was taking everybody's stuff because she was, you know, she took my Bible, uh, she took my notes, and I was not scared of her. And she was like 5 feet too, but like 130 pounds. And I didn't also get scared. I got a little bit of scared of the girl that told the dance teacher that she will kill her to that she hopes her children die. I was scared of her, but I feel like I could fight back if she turned her anger at me. I feel like I could fight back. But with like the little girl that we got into the gender dispute, she scared me like for real. And I'm 5'8", 180 pounds. I'm twice her size, twice her. I'm twice her weight, kinda. 180, she's 100. And her boyfriend is fat as hell. Look, he's black. He's fat as hell. He's like 6'4". I feel bad for her when you know. And they waited 2 years and a half to have sex, and they were each other's first time having sex, and they waited two years and a half until they got married, and then they had sex. I don't know why I'm telling you her business, but it's my video, so now I sound like her. What the heck? She low key liked me though. Like she low key liked me. Like she one time I looked at her and she was like staring at me, something like that. She looked at me for like 2 seconds and I looked back and then she kept on looking. What I don't know. I just felt like she liked me, to be honest. That happens a lot with me. Like girls that are in relationships, especially long relationships, they like me. I think they feel like I could treat them better, which I could, you know. For real, I'm not being like crazy or anything. That's one thing that I have about me. But yeah, I got home, I jerked off, I listened to some worldly music, and now I'm smoking cigarettes. I felt God really bad, and He got me out of the hospital before my mom could leave. But yeah, I prefer vapes, to be honest, instead of cigarettes. I used to be such a cigarette person. I would smoke like 7 cigarettes every day. But now I just prefer vaping because it's so fucking tasty, and I like how it hurts right here and it's warm and moisturizing. You know? I'll see you guys on the next one. And remember to leave a like, you guys. Leave a like. See you guys. Peace out.